All right. Lukaku's asking price has been revealed, and guess who was gonna hit to obviously break this story? It's none other than the transfer guru, that is Fabrizio Romano. Kane coming out and really breaking silence on the number of goals he's really scoring at the side of Bayern Munich. And Udogie, he plays for Tottenham Hotspur, has gone ahead and obviously told us a little bit or a little snippet onto his new manager, that is Ange Postecoglou. So welcome to this channel. This is the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really doing fine and doing okay. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, it's a Thursday and first video of the day. It's loaded. I can obviously say that the bullet is in the chamber and you're ready to shoot. So the Muslims Barakallahu Fikhum, and I hope you are really gearing up for the weekend as the Premier League returns, with Liverpool paying a visit to Manchester City, Arsenal paying a visit to Brentford, United playing away at Everton on Sunday. Spurs are going to host Aston Villa. So it's really going to be an action-packed weekend, and then the midweek we go to the Champions League. But let's obviously start it off with this story coming in from Fabrizio Romano about Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku is this kind of player that is going to hate to obviously tour very many clubs, and finally he might find himself settling in Italy. Now, Fabrizio Romano has told us that Chelsea have a gentleman's agreement with Lukaku's agent that the striker can leave Stamford Bridge in the summer for £35 million. Now, Lukaku caused a lot of havoc in Italy. Inter Milan were looking to keep him and not see him lose to their rivals or their nemesis, that is Juventus. Then the agent of Lukaku showed a lot of greed and went into negotiations with Juventus. Remember, Juventus and Inter Milan are teams that don't see eye to eye, and that obviously pissed off people at Inter Milan. Even the players at Inter Milan, by the way, are pissed, the likes of Lautaro Martinez, because they thought that Lukaku was going to be part of them, and that never really came to pass. So what Lukaku's agent did was to talk to Jose Mourinho at AS Roma. Lukaku went there, and that's where he's obviously doing the rest of his work at the side of AS Roma, and is doing great, firing in all cylinders, and I think his performances putting up to are really worth £35 million. And for the side of Chelsea, it's going to be a very huge loss, because £35 million are like 37 million euros or 40, meaning that they are making a loss of 75 million euros, because they bought this player at 115 million euros, meaning that they are making a huge loss, and they're going to have to accept, but they are going to be taking in that amount of money. Now, will AS Roma cash in? I think they will, because Lukaku is going to have to put in a scintillating performance down at the side of AS Roma. When you look at Roma, he has going to have to play 10 games in the league. He has 6 goals. That means every game he's worth a goal on average. Then in the UEFA Europa League, he's going to have to play 4 games. He has scored 3 goals. In 14 games, Lukaku has 9 goals for the Roma side. And when you look at Belgium, he has going to have to play 8 matches, and he has 14 goals plus 1 assist, and he's obviously shining, and £35 million won't be much for a team like AS Roma, because Roma has gone ahead to sign players at more than that amount of money, and if at all Lukaku is really willing to give them some 2-3 seasons, then there is no reason as to why Roma doesn't obviously cash in £35 million for the side of Chelsea. But we have to wait and see whether they'll be willing to do that, because they might obviously scout someone who is really younger, because Lukaku is 30 plus. They might scout someone who is younger and can go for a cheaper price than that, and they'll obviously maybe pull out of that deal and tell Chelsea, we are getting you £25 million for this player, because there's not going to be so much demand and competition for Lukaku. So that gives Chelsea a very, 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 very bad negotiation terms, because they are not in a position of strength, because however much the player is scoring in very many goals, age is not on his side, and paying 35 million pounds for this player, it might be one of those hard decisions to be taken by AS Roma. But Jose Mourinho is in love with Lukaku. Remember, even at Manchester United, he's the one who obviously signed him up from Everton for 75 million pounds. And trust me, across all the clubs, this guy is going to hate to really cross in to go to another. He's one of the most expensive signings this game of football is ever going to hate to see. Though he's really a mechanic, he has a very poor first touch. But if you are to add the amount of money that Chelsea bought him from, I think they bought him, was it like 15 million pounds from France? Then they sold him to Everton for I think it was like 40 million pounds. That is like 60 million pounds. Add on the 75 United bought him from Everton, plus the 75 United sold him to Inter Milan. That is like 200 million pounds. When you add on the 97 million pounds by then that he was sold to Chelsea, that sums up to almost 300 million pounds. And if at all he's sold for 35, that means his total transfer will be 340 million pounds. That is really huge for a player like him who is really so mechanic. But because he has the physical attributes and maybe he scores goals, that's why everyone is looking that price might be not rejected by the side of Chelsea. So then after that, let's go to Harry Kane, another goal scorer. He has come out and obviously spoken about his goals for this season. He said the Bundesliga and the Champions League are what we are setting out to win with Bayern, and the Euros with England, and we are setting out to win. The teams I am in have really good chances of winning those trophies. And trust me, if Harry Kane happens to win all those trophies, he's going to win a Ballon d'Or. That is it. He will lift that Ballon d'Or. That is it. Next year, if he wins the Bundesliga, wins the Champions League, and obviously goes ahead to win the Euros with England, then he'll obviously lift the Ballon d'Or. And he has been really supportive for his Bayern side. He has gone ahead to put in very many goals this season. And let me read to you his stats this season and the number of goals Harry Kane has gone ahead to score for fun. When you look at his stats, for the Euro qualifiers, 8 games, 8 goals and 2 assists. That is Harry Kane for you. And when you look at the Bundesliga, he has gone ahead to play 11 games. He has 17 goals and 5 assists. That is Harry Kane for you. In the Champions League, 4 games, 4 goals and 2 assists. He has gone ahead to play 15 games. He has 21 goals and 7 assists, right? So that is 21. That means he's averaging almost 2 goals per game, because his goal involvements, that is the G/A, the GA, goals and assists, is at 28. He has gone ahead to play 15 games, almost averaging 2 goals per game. And trust me, he might break the record of Lewandowski. That is it. So that is it from Harry Kane, man charged up and ready to obviously return this weekend to play for his team as he prepares to host Copenhagen at the Allianz Arena. That is in the midweek on Wednesday. Remember, in the Champions League, they are topping the table, and I think they're having 12 points. They're having maximum points. They're going to have to go through to the round of 16, but the problem is still on the amount of goals they let in as Bayern Munich. And if I told you in the Champions League and you let in very many goals, it's really hard for you to see to it that you win it. Every team that's going to hate to lift the Champions League is going to hate to limit the number of goals they're obviously getting. From Manchester City last season, to Real Madrid in 2022, to Chelsea in 2021, to Bayern Munich in 2020, to Liverpool in 2019, to Real Madrid in 2018, So if you're conceding as many as Bayern are really conceding, then it's hard for you to obviously really win the Champions League. And they need to work on that, because you are facing teams like Man United. At least for them, they have class. You know, they put 3 goals past you and the game ends for 3. That is really unacceptable, and I think they need to obviously find a solution to that and at least be watertight. That's why they're looking in for other defenders and central defensive midfielders from the Premier League, and Thomas Tuchel is really leading that. Now, let's go to Tottenham Hotspur. Udogie, a man who was red carded as they were playing against Chelsea, has come out and said Tottenham Hotspur defender Destiny Udogie has been passed fit to face Aston Villa in the Premier League on Sunday. Now, the Premier League returns over the weekend, and Udogie is one of those players that are going to hate to come in through and really fit in like a glove into the Premier League. He plays as a left back for the Tottenham Hotspur side, and he has gone ahead to be past fit. Remember, he missed out on the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers that saw Spurs lose by 2-1 away at the Molineux, and now everything is set for him to obviously benefit from it and really return for the Spurs side. So this guy is really important, and I think he got his injury while playing for his national team, that is Italy, but he has been past fit by Ange Postecoglou to obviously take on Aston Villa. Remember, there is Man City and Liverpool playing and Arsenal playing ahead of them. By the time they play, they would have gone ahead to know which results these two teams have gone ahead to get and who is ahead of them. So pressure is increasing. They're having 26 points, and they need obviously to wake up because they've gone ahead to lose two of their previous games. 4-1 to Chelsea, 2-1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they're obviously hosting one of the most informed teams in the Premier League, that is Aston Villa. Though away from home they're not doing great, but you anticipate they can obviously shock Spurs with the absentia of Sergio Romero having 2 games to serve after being sent off against Chelsea. Got a straight red card. Then they are having an injury of James Maddison. They are having Van der Ven and Richarlison. So the injuries are surging up at the side of Tottenham Hotspur, and they need obviously to find a better solution to that. So thank you guys for watching. Through your reactions to Lukaku's asking price revealed, do you think it's really realistic? Is there any team in the European top tier apart from the Saudi side that can pay Chelsea £35 million? Then Harry Kane scoring goals for fun and hinting on to winning a hat-trick of trophies this season. Do you think they can win the Bundesliga and the Champions League plus the Euros? And lastly, Udogie return to Tottenham Hotspur side. Do you think it obviously clears their chances or increases their chances to obviously win against the side of Aston Villa on Sunday? All that and more into the comment section below. I remain Rokani David, first video of the day, and you're going up for the marathon. I'm returning with the match preview. Arsenal playing away at Brentford. Who is back and who is not back, and what my preview is gonna be about that beautiful game of football. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Rokani David is my name. Ciao.